Well, hello everyone. I know we had technical difficulties because of course I had to touch a button and things didn't go right but this is what happens when you go live. It's you just never know what's going to happen. But it's the fun part about going live, and just want to welcome you all for being here with us today. I'm Renee DiVincenzo. I am a business strategist, and I am the owner of MDR Administrating Services. I am so excited today to have Kara King with us. Kara is how do you pronounce
I'm
that
a medical esthetician.
Yay, a medical esthetician. Okay, so we got that right. Yay. So I'm just so super excited to have Kara here because she is going to be telling us the importance about skincare. And I'm going to just give you a little background on Kara and how she got into this business. Kara, after 17 years of a medical assistant and 10 years of hands-on in dermatology, she decided to take her love of caring for others into the new direction in aesthetics. Am I saying that right?
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Making her clients look and feel their best, and have been more than rewarding for her. And acne scarring, maturing skin, sun damage, and rosacea are just a few of the treatments that she specializes in. So, Kara, thank you for being here. I'm so excited. So, I gave a little bit about your background, but tell us a little bit more, what sparked that true interest about what it is that you were working with to go into this industry.
So working for a dermatologist for 10 years, being in the room, doing excisions, removing skin cancers, assisting in surgeries, Mohs procedures, also doing all of the cosmetic consultations, Botox, fillers. We always had an esthetician on hand. There were a lot of things that they're like, oh, can you train the esthetician on this, that, and the other? After COVID, medicine changed drastically from when I was 18, whenever I first became a medical assistant. It wasn't as much about the actual patients anymore. It's about checking boxes and making sure Medicare is happy and things along those lines. Whereas
Yeah.
my passion is really caring for people and getting them those results. So after COVID, I was working for a corporation. Things were not going well. The patients, the way that they treated people and the employees and the medical assistants had really changed a lot also. And, I saw the esthetician. Everybody was happy to see her. Everybody was happy to get a facial or a chemical peel or what have you. But nobody's happy to hear that they have cancer or to have that removed. So I just kind of wanted to pivot and start my own business, be my own boss. So that's kind of how I ended up going back to school and switching careers.
Oh my gosh. So now how long have you been in this field for now?
So I've been an esthetician for about 2 years, but in skincare for 12.
Okay. So now one thing about skincare, a lot of times we think of skincare as a pampering session, like we get a mani, a pedi, and all of that. But there's a true value to having facials. Can you explain a little bit about the importance of keeping up with your skincare so you could look your best?
Yes. So, what is the old saying? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of treatment. So it's kind of goes along those lines. You're going to be better off handling things as they come and as they happen than
Right.
waiting and trying to go to drastic measures. Also, some people need to have things done regularly. If you have acne, if you have hyperpigmentation, brown spots, things like that, it can also slow down the aging process, which I think all of us women need and we want. We're desperately dying for.
I know, it's like you look in that mirror, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Once you're over 30, it's like, wait a minute, what can I do? But keeping those regular appointments, and not only that, but for self-care, we don't really take the time to take care of ourselves and give ourselves 5 minutes anymore. It's just go, 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 go. But you can't pour from an empty cup. So taking, an hour once a month or every 2 weeks to fill your own cup and just, have a little bit of you time is vital as well.
It is. And, I completely, well, put it this way. I look in the mirror, right? And I have to tell you, it's like, when you get Novocaine by the doctor and stuff, and you're like, your whole lip goes up. I look at myself, I'm like, maybe Botox isn't so bad around lip area. But there is a treatment that you offer that you were sharing with me before we got on. And it was, to, make your neck look better and the other areas of the skin. What was that called again?
So one of my favorite treatments, especially now, we're getting out of chemical peel season. You don't want to perform chemical peels when you know your clients are going to be in the sun. And in Florida, from now until December, the UV index is so high, you really want to avoid that. So what I like to do during these sunnier months is microneedling. It's actually FDA
Oh,
approved to treat what they call tech neck. Those are those wrinkles that we all hate on our neck. It's also
yes.
FDA approved to treat acne scarring, but it can
Mhm.
really do wonders for hyperpigmentation, for brown spots, for brightening. Even it treats acne amazingly well.
Well, I'm going to show an image. I was just typing real quick that if anyone happens to have a question, just to post in the comments.
Yes.
And what I want to share with you, the reason why I'm putting this StreamYard on for all of you, that if you haven't given StreamYard permission to say who you are, just type in StreamYard.com, Facebook, and then just click yes, and you can have your what you call your name displayed. So I'm going to post this here. If you have any questions for Kara as she is talking about this, please post it in the comments. I'm going to go back and forth. So if you don't see me looking directly into the camera, it's just due to the fact I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone's questions. Okay, so Kara is going to explain our next uh, picture here. And I'm
Yes.
just going to get this off just so we can, but you could start. Go ahead and explain what's happening here.
So this client had a pigmentation microneedling done through one of the skincare lines that I carry. It's called Mr. Lulu. All of his products are preservative free. They're made in the
Mhm.
United States. They are vegan.
Oh,
There's minimal ingredients that are in them. They're actually powder based so that
okay.
none of those stabilizers and all the bad stuff are in the product. So you just dash a little bit in your hand, you get your other hand
Mhm.
wet, rub it together. If it's the cleanser, it'll foam up. If it's one of his amazing serums, then they get slippery and you apply them. This was actually the pigmentation peel strictly for professionals. That's not something just anyone can purchase from
Okay.
him. So this was one treatment of micro needling, and also she follows the Mr. Lulu home care, and that includes his cleanser, exfoliator. He has a vitamin C serum, a hyaluronic acid niacinamide serum, and brightening oil.
Hmm.
Sarah's really diligent about that. And you can see from the bottom picture, just the tone and texture, even of her skin, is much better. Also eliminating a lot of those brown spots that are there, which
Yes.
is,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. One spots. Go ahead.
Now, getting rid of those brown spots in Florida is more simple than you think, but keeping them away is a little more difficult. People say, oh, well, I don't go to the beach. I'm not in the sun. Well, whenever the UV index is 11 and you're going from your house to your car to Publix, Publix to your car, and back and forth, that accumulation of sun damage is going to cause those areas to repigment and to cause those dark areas to come back.
Go
So
ahead.
wearing
Sorry.
sunscreen is absolutely imperative.
Hmm.
Another thing that a lot of people don't realize, they'll say, oh, I have SPF in my foundation. Well, if you have a 15 SPF in your foundation,
Yeah.
you have to wear between 14 and 16 times the normal amount of coverage you would use just on a regular day to actually acquire that 15 or that 30 SPF that are in your foundation. So an additional sunscreen really is important. I usually recommend not even doing a foundation. That's my goal, is to get my clients where they don't have to wear a heavy cover up every day and they can just wear a tinted BB sunscreen in replacement.
So my question with the foundation, because I know I'm always looking at that because I am prone to melanoma, and I know
Mhm.
you'll talk a little bit with skin cancers and what to look for on the skin.
Mhm.
My melanoma was so unbelievable. I mean, it was on the back of my arm. I thought it was a mascara, like, hit
No.
yourself with the mascara. Turned out it was
Way down.
just getting into that first
Way
stage of
down.
melanoma. But the foundation, why?
Uh-huh.
I, I'm not understanding. I mean, not what you're saying, but we use foundation thinking we're going to get that sunscreen protection. Am I understanding that it does, but it doesn't give you the full as you expect? Am I
That's
understanding?
correct.
I'm
Yes, that's
understanding.
exactly correct. So if it has a 30 in it or a 15, or even if it says 50, you put on a normal application, which is a thin layer, in order to actually achieve that 30 times sun protection factor. You would
Mhm.
have to put on between 14 and 16 times the amount of normal coverage of foundation that you would normally wear.
Well, that is educational because I will tell you where I just put it on thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to be protected. But actually, from what you're sharing, you should put a sunscreen over your face. And then even if you have a sunscreen with foundation, put that on too. Is that good or no?
So you would put your sunscreen on after you put your foundation. And that's
Ah,
also why I was saying I love a good BB cream that is a sunscreen, so that it gives you a good tint, so a light
mhm.
coverage, but it has the full amount of sunscreen. Another sunscreen option that I love that I personally use, my pores will get clogged very easily. So I love a powder foundation. It's sheer when
Mhm.
it goes on. It's quick and easy. I keep one in my purse at all times. Even if my husband or my daughter forgets, you just throw it on them. It's not like it looks cakey or like they're wearing makeup, but then it's a light coverage that you can put on, and you're not going to mess up any of your other, your blush, your eyeshadow, if you put your eyebrows on, any of that stuff.
So I'm looking in your brochure. You have so many different services, and I'm going to just want to display your website information here because this is where people can reach out to you to get more
Yes.
information. And my question is always the acne care. Now, teenage years, that can really be, it happens, but in my family, more like on my mom's sister's side of the family, the acne was different. It was like I don't know if it's like in the body or do you understand what I'm talking about? Like
Yes. Yes.
that where you need medication and it's
Right.
so painful. How do you treat situations like that, especially like the teenagers that are going through that?
So,
It's okay. No,
okay.
I put my dog away.
Sorry, that's my baby. So that's kind of why I specialize. If you take a look at all of my services, I have the
Mhm.
acne treatment facial, and then I also have a check-in facial. Now, with that check-in facial, that's going to allow you to come in more frequently at a more
Mhm.
cost-effective price point.
Right.
Um, if somebody has deep cystic acne, that's why I like to do an evaluation. Also, there are things that are out of my scope of practice, but
Mm,
luckily, working in dermatology for that amount of time, I do have the knowledge set to know when something is greater than I can care for.
mm,
Sometimes you do need Accutane, sometimes you do need to be on oral antibiotics. With Accutane, we don't treat anything because the skin is undergoing so many transformations underneath that
mm,
you don't want to cause any more damage or inflammation as it's fighting off all of the bacteria and the sebum and all of that stuff. When
mm,
you come in for your treatment facial, though, we run the full gamut. Some people really do great with chemical peels for their acne. Some
mm,
people just need to have all those extractions done. And that's why we allot a little more time. We will
mm,
steam, we do the extractions, we do a couple different masks. We also do high frequency treatments. I am getting an LED, a cell luma light, which is
mm.
amazing for acne. It targets, reduces the inflammation, kills the bacteria on the skin. And then,
Really?
yeah, oh, it's incredible. Yeah. But it has to be a certain wavelength. A lot of the over the counter devices don't meet that specific criteria. So you have to get a medical grade LED for that.
Wow. So, you hear a lot about LED and like in these treatments, and I know you were just speaking about it, but if you can explain in more with that LED and when it hits the skin, and I know you said it kills the bacteria, or what is the LED like? What is one, it's safe for your skin, and
Mhm.
what is that actually? How is that helping getting into that skin? Does it go into your skin to get that, or
So
how
there's
does
actually
it?
different wavelengths, and different wavelengths and different colors do different things. For example, the blue wavelength is really great for fighting acne.
Hmm.
Um, it stimulates the collagen and elastin and everything. You're still going to get all of those great benefits, but it kills the bacteria that's on the surface and it reduces inflammation. The red wavelength is really great for wound healing. You can actually be prescribed that and go somewhere and get light therapy from a dermatologist or whoever your surgeon is, and it promotes and it stimulates the fibroblast. You
Hmm.
want to make sure also that it's near infrared. You don't want all the way to infrared. It's amazing for anti-aging, the red light.
Anti-aging
Yes.
ladies. Yeah.
The only thing that's cumbersome whenever it comes to those lights is you do have to sit in it for 10 to 15 minutes every
Mhm.
day.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
whether you're coming into the office, some people purchase their own at home, but we do sell, once I have the light in, then we'll be doing packages for those. There's certain wavelengths that stimulate hair growth.
Mhm.
There's certain wavelengths that are for pain management that go in and cause decrease the inflammation, which is also
Mhm.
beneficial for acne. So they are not like when you go to the nail salon, those are ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet rays are radiation. Ultraviolet
Really?
rays from the sun is radiation. And what happens when you have enough radiation accumulation? It alters your cells, alters your DNA, and causes cancer.
I never knew about the nail thing because I get, the gel thing on top and,
Yeah.
just throw it. So when I'm putting my hands in there, I mean, I go like what, twice a month. That's actually
It's ultraviolet rays. It's the same as a tanning bed. Mhm.
but is that radiation or no?
Any form of ultraviolet rays or radiation.
Okay, so the tanning bed, and that was my next question because, people, who like that do that. And what is it? And I know for your skin, for the body, and what happens is because your skin is different here than on your body. Am I correct with that?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So how does the tanning bed, let's just like talk about with your face, what happens to your skin with a tanning bed?
So not only in the tanning bed, but outside in the sun. You know, a lot of people go to the tanning bed because it's a quicker option for getting the color that they desire. But
Right.
think about it. It's like using the oven versus using the microwave. And
Mm,
that ultraviolet radiation actually breaks down the collagen in your skin. It breaks down the fibroblasts, the elastin, all of those things that keep you plump, that keep you.
wow.
Have you seen the women who will literally look like dried leather? They will have like the big deep creases on their neck and in their arms. That's all from sun damage. So, on top of the potential to give you cancer,
Oh
it
my God.
also is breaking you down and making you look older every single time you're exposing yourself.
So when you're getting facials, because I know you have, facials, acne care, microdermabrasion. We could talk a little bit about that, and you were sharing a little bit with the chemical peels.
Yes.
When say for us aging gracefully, as they say, and I don't know why they call
Maturing
it that,
skin, maturing
maturing
skin.
skin. So what do you recommend for facials? And I know you talked about the treatment that you could do to help with the wrinkles with that, right?
Yes.
You
So
just
your A number one is going to be having a great home care regimen because I can work on you once a month, once every 3 months. But if you have the right products at home and you're using them consistently, you're giving yourself a facial every single day.
okay.
So, in my opinion, there are a couple core products. One is a retinol, which some people, oh, I don't like it. It makes me dry. It makes me flaky. You have to taper up with a retinol. And we can go into the intricacies of that. We could go on and on. Another one is a vitamin C. The vitamin C not only brightens, helps fight some of those brown spots. It's shown to protect our skin from some of that ultraviolet radiation. And it's a powerful antioxidant. And you should always moisturize. Another thing people say, oh, well, I'm oily, I can't use a moisturizer. Honestly, I was guilty of that for many years until I found Mr. Lulu's line. His brightening oil keeps my skin perfectly stable. I'm not greasy, I'm not dry.
Really?
It keeps everything nice and balanced. So those are a couple that are my go-tos. And of course, sunscreen.
Well, yes. And that's my next question with the products, Mr. Lulu. That's an easy one to say, I can say.
Yeah.
Um, Mr. Lulu. Now, does he have different line bases, or is it one product for all types of skin?
So one of the things that I absolutely love about his products is they're very straightforward. He doesn't have 50 products in his line.
Okay.
I was kind of acne prone. I used all of the $1 million product lines, Skin Medica, Zeo, Elastin. I could go on and on. And a lot of those would break me out because of the additives and the other things that they contain. So forever, I used over-the-counter Cetaphil. I would still get breakouts. I would still have pimples. About whenever I started my career, Mr. Lulu sent me a package and he was like, I want you to try these products. And they were all full size products. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Really?
Well, I've been using
Yeah.
them every day for 2 years. So he has two
Wow.
cleansers. One is an oil based cleanser, which is amazing for clients that wear makeup. It removes it flawlessly.
Hmm.
The other is a powder based cleanser. I always recommend to all of my clients, even if you only use one cleanser, double cleanse your face. The first time you wash your face, you're getting off the oil, the debris, the toxins, the sunscreen, everything that you've accumulated over the day. The second time you wash your face, you're actually cleaning your skin, which
Hmm.
is key. He has an enzymatic brightening exfoliator, which is a powder. He used to have a sunscreen, but he doesn't anymore. Like I said, there's the vitamin C serum, the vitamin B3 with niacinamide.
Okay.
The hyaluronic acid niacinamide is actually a more powerful color corrective
Mm-hmm.
than a medication that they don't sell anymore. It's called hydroquinone. They actually took it off the market. It's more powerful at color correction. It also, niacinamide fights acne. The vitamin C, like I said, is a great antioxidant. So I recommend it not only to my clients that are looking for a more even, youthful skin tone, but even for my acne clients, because I know that the products in there are so limited. There's
Hmm.
about 4 ingredients in the whole thing. And you can read them all, you know exactly what they are,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me more trustworthy in him and his products. And then there's 2 different oils that he has as well. One is an extra nourishing for those clients that are a little more dry. The other is a brightening oil.
Uh-huh.
They're a great price point. They last way longer because you're only having active ingredients in what you're buying and you're not paying for all of the filler and stabilizers. So
Hmm.
I really recommend it for everyone, from acne to anti-aging to brown spots. It's a really great all-around line. There are a few other things that I recommend, like the retinol he does not have, but I carry a line called Glymed. That's usually what a lot of my facial procedures I use, and I have an online store for their products.
Oh, you do? Oh my
I
gosh, that
do.
that is awesome to have an online product with that. And what is your online product called? To get to that, is that with the link that I just shared with everybody, or is that another?
It is another link. It is glymed.com/store. And then
Mhm.
you just need my store code, which is Kara King. And then you can purchase anything through that. And I will make recommendations for my clients. I write it down, I give them the website because I want them to buy specific things. I don't want them to get in there and go crazy and end up, because they have a ton of products that are really amazing. But I like to keep people really focused on their regimen and not just grab everything they see.
So now you do say, so like the first time you're going to work on a client or like want people that come in, you first do a consultation and then you schedule a facial at a later date. How does that work?
So it kind of depends. If you have something targeted and specific that you want to work on, I do like to have you come in and do a consult, which is free, just so I can make sure we're going to be on the same page. Make sure it's not something that is out of my scope of practice. Make sure it's something I'm going to be able to help you with and get a good plan going that you're comfortable with and that I'm comfortable with. If you're like, I've had a million facials, I haven't had one in a couple months, I really just want to see you, then I'll say my signature facial is usually where I start. I customize all my facials. So when you come in, I'm grabbing things based on what I see when we're chatting. Acne, I do like to see ahead of time. And of course, for any of the microblading or powder brows that I do a consult beforehand, and I do charge for that because those consults can be quite lengthy.
Yes, I do see that you have brow services and you have waxing services,
I
which is
do.
really great. Well, one thing is two things I want to just tap on: the rosacea. How do you treat that? How would you even work with skin with rosacea? Because it's a different
Oh, it
type.
is definitely. So rosacea can be very tricky. There is pustular rosacea where you actually get breakouts. There is just your standard, oh, I have a glass of red wine and I flush. And then there is, you have the broken capillaries and things like that. That's another thing that I like to do a consult, because if you have a ton of broken capillaries, I'm going to recommend that you have an IPL, which is a great treatment for that. I don't have a laser here with me, and I always recommend that you have it done in a physician's office with either a nurse practitioner or a PA. They are able to do more advanced IPL than just even a medical esthetician in a medical setting. You want to make sure it's the actual provider doing that IPL. But you have to be very gentle. I have Glymed has an entire line of products that I use. I also use some of my Farmhouse Fresh products, which are all organic and all natural. So they're very calming. That's what you want to work for. You never want to do a big seated chemical peel on a rosacea client, and getting to know what flares them is important too. But the more gentle, the better.
You know what I've learned from you today, and I know our viewers will, and for those that will be watching this replay, I never understood the complete, like the background that you have to have, what it is in your field to understand all these types of skins that you come across, and especially with you notice I'm pointing to my face. The not the dry spot, the brown spots, the age spots, whatever you want to call those. You were saying, and I've been wanting to ask that when you were talking about it, how does the product lighten that? I mean, that always I'm like, how does that happen?
So there's actual multiple components to that. Sometimes the brown spots are what are called seborrheic keratosis. You hear some dermatologists call them barnacles. Those are hereditary, rocks in the garden of life. You're just going to get them. Wow. The only way to treat those is to have them treated with liquid nitrogen, and they do have the potential to come back. They're not cancerous, they're not harmful, they will never hurt you. They're just a nuisance. People growing up, oh, look at those cute freckles. Every single freckle on your skin is called a lentigine. That's sun damage.
Wow.
And people don't realize that either. One of my favorite products from my online store is something called a living cell clarifier. It's a tyrosinate inhibitor. Tyrosinate goes into the actual cell that creates the melanin and calms it down.
Really?
It protects it from being overactive and causing the darkening of the skin, those dark spots, and kind of keeps that at bay. So
Mm.
when you have procedures like the microneedling and you want to keep everything looking good, on top of using sunscreen, you want to use that tyrosinase inhibitor every day too, to keep those quiet.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have brought so much information that, I mean, it makes me feel comfortable. I know it's going to make our viewers feel comfortable too, to work with a person that truly understands the language of
Yeah.
when it comes to skin on your face, because as you shared, it's different from our body. But I have to tell you something. I thought they were called beauty marks, these little spots that I had. So I'm looking at myself going, damn, this isn't beauty marks. This is like, damage. So
Right?
I want to share with everyone that on Fridays, you have a special that goes on for anyone that would like to try, to have a facial. If you haven't had, I don't even want to say it's pampered because it's not.
It
It's
is. Yes, we
well, let's
pamper you too.
separate. Try think of it. Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about your specials that you have on Fridays.
So I love Facial Friday, any facial treatment. Now that does not include a chemical peel, a microneedling, a microdermabrasion, any waxing. It's only for a facial service. I offer 20% off. So that's
Mm.
a every Friday. You just want to get that booked. Always mention it to me so that I know you're aware, and we'll get you in and get you a good discount.
With that. So let me ask you too, for those that say, I'd love to get a facial, but I just don't have time. You have one here that's called Express Facial,
I
and that's
do.
for people on the go, would you say?
I would. It's not as deep, it's not as comprehensive as, say, one of our red carpet facials.
Mhm.
It's something you can do on your lunch hour, check in, get a good
Right.
exfoliation, a nice hydration. We do a cleanse, steam, and then that's about it. We don't generally do a treatment mask unless you have something additional going on.
Mhm.
Yeah, just cut and dry, a good quick facial.
Well, that is really great because I will tell you, we are busy. And I think once we get hooked on this Express Facial, we are definitely going to take advantage of the other areas. Quick question about the acne care. What ages do you start with teenagers with their skin? Do you have, a
No limitation, as early as possible, because I know what they should or should not have on. The younger, some kids' hormones are more active earlier than others. So you do have to start, 10, 11. And those clients you're much more gentle with. You start very slowly with those clients. Oftentimes it can be as simple as just getting them to wash their face every day.
Oh, yes. And let's talk about not leaving your makeup on. I mean, I remember when I was a teenager or I would go out at night, as I was getting older, I was too tired to wash my face.
Yeah.
What happens to the skin when you're leaving all that stuff on?
So it gives the opportunity for that bacteria to grow because you pretty much have a mask on, a mask of
Mhm.
makeup. It also gets all over your pillowcase, and then the next day you're laying in it and you're bringing everything throughout the day that you have been exposed to, leaving it on your face, from the exhaust of the car to if you were cooking and all of the particles from that. So it's
Mhm.
really lots of bacteria and yucky stuff you don't want to leave.
Oh, so I hope you
And it
all took.
also doesn't give your skin the opportunity, I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt,
no, no, no,
give
no.
your skin the opportunity to rejuvenate, because as your normal circadian rhythm, just like everything else in your body, it's being restored every night when you sleep. So having that extra layer of gunk on there is going to age you a little faster.
So the whole thing is one, take care of your skin, wash regularly, use Mr. Lulu. Notice I got that
Yes.
right. Mr. Lulu products. And also, really, to speak with you when it comes to using the right skincare. And I will tell you all, if you are, I think it's really important to work with Cara because she has the knowledge. From what even you saw today, the knowledge that she has and the experience of treating your skin, because we're not one size fits all, right? When it comes to skincare, we are
Not at all.
we're light, we're dark, we're fair, we're whatever. So I want to just, first of all, I want to thank you, Kara, for being on here today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for, hopping on. Love to share your products. Love you as a person. You're absolutely fabulous. So here is the website again, right? Or the link to how to get you. Oh, where are you located in Palm Coast? I almost
So
forgot.
I actually have joined with Premier Chiropractic and Wellness. So
Right.
we are going to be all encompassing for everything you need, which works out perfect for me because I had so many clients who were like, "Oh, you don't do massages? I really want a massage." So now you can get one when you're finished.
Right
Actually,
next door.
yes, I prefer you to get the massage first, then see me so I can fluff you back up. We
Yeah.
are at 108 Flagler Plaza Drive. That is in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center off 100, right off of 95. We're between the bike shop and Edward Jones.
So it's 108 Plaza Dixie, did you say?
Flagler Plaza Drive.
Oh, Flagler. So I'm just going to, Flagler Plaza, 108 Flagler Plaza Drive. Okay.
Yes.
So I am just quickly going to put this in here, 108 Flagler, so you all can just get a visual. And is that Bunnell or Palm Coast?
It's Palm Coast.
It is Palm Coast. Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I get a little confused down, what turns into Bunnell and what is there. So I'm going to post this for you guys. So you could take a look at that and, just, screenshot it or take a picture. And I'm hoping I got this right. Did I get that wrong? 108?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
108. I thought it was I thought it was another Flagler Plaza Drive in Palm Coast. So as I said before, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. So I'm just kind of typing all this stuff in. 108 Flagler Plaza Drive. Okay, I think I'm going to put the right sign up. Here we go. Am I right?
Perfect. Yes, perfect.
So again, I want to thank Kara. Kara actually is part of my private group called Simplify Your Business Administration. And what I do for my group is I want to showcase your biz. If you're new in business, or maybe you're established in business, or you happen to move to a new location and you would like to promote what it is that you do, check out my private group, Simplify Your Business Administration. Join the group. Just put in the comments, I'd love to be on your show, or if there's anything that you want to know, please, I'm here for you. And we also have After Hour Power Hour once a month, every second Wednesday, and you'll get to see a lot of the recaps and the videos in there. So again, if I'm a business strategist, if you want to learn a little bit about me, just go right onto my website, mdracs.com. Love to connect with you. And you know what? Reach out to Kara, have a one-on-one with her. She can just tell you more than what it is that we can cover in this half an hour of being on today. So again, I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here, for viewing. Please leave questions in the comment. And you also have a Facebook page, right?
I do. Facebook and Instagram, I'm most active on. It's Kara King Aesthetics.
Yeah, here I go again with that thing. I know I typed that one in there again. So let me find that one over here because that was one I didn't even say right correctly on there. So everybody could just go on Facebook, go Kara King, and then bam, you're going to pop up, right?
Yeah, should pop up.
Okay, so everyone, again, thank you so much for being here today. The replay will be uploaded. Actually, we are live on 5 different platforms. So just want to say thank you, Kara. Thank you again for being my guest. You shared so much value information. And everyone out there, and your facials are not only for women, they're for men, right?
Oh, yeah, I have men all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? Hey, it's Mother's Day. Check Kara out for a gift certificate. You may want to give, that special mom in your life or person that's like a mom to you. Give them a little treatment and let them go to Kara for a beautiful Mother's Day. They'll love the gift. So everyone, have a great day. It was great being here. And again, thank you so much, Kara. I enjoyed our time together. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.